Greetings, Helldivers from the SES. There have been many debates on what pieces of equipment provided by High Command are the most vital to use. But rarely mentioned and arguably the most important in the Helldiver arsenal is the Super Destroyer. Here at the SES, we think all Helldivers should take a minute to learn a little bit more about and appreciate exactly what your Super Destroyer has to offer and continues to provide. So let's get into it. Considered relatively small compared to some of the Super Earth fleet, the Super Destroyer measures approximately 170 meters long and 80 meters wide. This indispensable ship houses many different sections, but at its heart is the Alcubierre drive, allowing the SEAF to navigate to every planet in our galaxy, with some exceptions, but we will get to that a little later. The engine itself is powered by the notorious Element 710, an oil-like substance produced from terminate decomposing corpses, something our valiant troops have no issue providing in mass. When you first enter your Super Destroyer that is assigned to you after training camp, you will find yourself in the entrance hall, allowing Helldivers a general overall view of what the ship has to offer. The hangar located at the rear of the ship houses the crucial Pelican 1, used for extractions and vehicle drop-offs, as well as the Eagle Fighter, used for delivering bombardments onto active battlefields, but that is only visible after a few key ship module upgrades. Helldivers can also get a view of the dedicated staff put in charge of reloading munitions and maintaining the vehicles needed for any successful liberation mission. There is also a small access portal to the aforementioned Alcubierre drive engine room. Though with massive stocks of weapons used for operations and the expertise required to be around the arsenal, this section of the ship only allows authorized personnel to have access to the hangar. After all, we wouldn't want any unnecessary 500 kg bombs exploding on board. After moving up the stairs by the entrance bay, Helldivers will find themselves on the main deck, where they will be greeted by the highly qualified shipmaster and service technician. The main deck is where many crucial sections of the ship are located, such as the robotics workshop, Patriotic Administration Center, cryogenic chamber, and engineering workshop. Helldivers will also notice the Stratagem Hero arcade machine, as well as a large television screen. Unfortunately, the arcade machine is only accessible to anyone with super citizen status, though anyone who does have access can practice their stratagem codes for more efficient delivery of ordnance on the battlefield. The television, however, is available to everyone, and for good reason. The television frequently shows important news updates of new enemy troop movements or invasions of occupied planets. The extremely useful Brash Tactics series that teaches Helldivers how to be more effective and improve commercials, such as today's sponsor. When Helldivers need that extra boost of freedom, look to the delicious Eagle Sweat. Now with an all-new formula containing 83% more sweat. Remember, only citizens who drink Eagle Sweat can truly call themselves patriots. These aren't all the main deck has to offer, as the most important section is also located here, the Ship Management System Computer, or SMSC. The SMSC allows Helldivers to have access to 4 different menu options. The first being an overview of Super Destroyer statistics, a general breakdown of your ship's progress, name, and faction. Next is the Stratagem menu, providing information to Helldivers on all the earnable stratagems that can be developed from the other sections of the ship and added to your arsenal, assuming you have the resources to research them. This portion of the SMSC also lays out videos on each stratagem, helping assist you in your decision-making process of what to research and unlock first. The third menu option is named Ship Module. This has critical upgrades that, once researched, enhance the Super Destroyer itself, visually changing aspects on board and making it a much more efficient weapon of war. Here at the SES, we suggest that you take some time to look over all the modules before upgrading anything to make sure it complements your unique style of combat, as no two Helldivers fight alike. The final menu option is Vehicle Customization. These can be unlocked in many different war bonds and allow you to put a personal touch or flair to the aesthetics of your Pelican 1, Hellpod, exosuits, and FOSS recon vehicles. Past the main deck, you will find another vital part of the ship, the Armory. Located on the left of the hallway proceeding to the main deck and featuring a series of 4 computers, players can interact with any of them to gain access to 5 menu options. The first being your weaponry, which consists of 3 menu segments: primary, secondary, and throwable. While completing on-planet missions, players are awarded medals that can then be used to unlock new weapons and throwables via the Warbond system. Once unlocked, they can be equipped here. The second menu option has the same name as the access point. The Armory is where you will find all of your armors, helmets, and capes that will aid you in your missions to come. Armors come in 3 very different types: light, medium, and heavy, each providing different benefits to aid any Helldiver using them. So be sure to take some time to review the stats of each and choose the one that complements you the best in your mission to liberate the galaxy in the name of freedom and Super Earth. The helmet and cape sections are currently purely cosmetic, as no stat alterations are part of the collections for now, but these sections do allow you to spread democracy in style. Never forget to always dress to impress when eliminating your foes for high command. The third menu option is called Character, and you guessed it, it affects your overall general character. Helldivers have the option to alter their body type, voice pack, emote, victory pose, player card, and title. It should be noted that anyone stating these options don't really matter will be swiftly sent to the nearest re-education camp. Did you really achieve victory if you don't look awesome after completion or have an epic title? We all know the answer to that question. Next up in the menu is the booster section, giving players an option to read details on unlocked boosters via a consolidated list, providing information needed in selecting the correct enhancements for use on the battlefield. And finally, the career menu, which showcases overall player statistics in a number of different categories. Remember to keep pumping up those numbers, and one day you too may be added to the halls of legends with the likes of John Helldiver and General Brash. After leaving the Armory and heading deeper into your ship, Helldivers will find the bridge, where a dedicated democracy officer is stationed and tasked with overseeing the ship and its crew. Located in the center of the bridge is a holographic galactic map, allowing you to select what planets and operations to engage or defend. While technically all planet sectors can be seen, not all can be accessed at all times. Generally speaking, only sectors with active war campaigns can be traveled to, though there are a few exceptions to this rule, such as the imploded planet Meridia, assuming of course it's not currently in a sector of open war. Past the galactic map are 2 winding staircases that lead to a total of 4 Hellpod launch bays, as well as an observation deck. The launch bays are where Helldivers enter Hellpods and select their prospective stratagems and equipment before being rocketed down to the planet's surface to wage war in an attempt to spread democracy and freedom. The observation deck is, well, exactly that, an observation deck. So if it suits you, you can get in some stargazing or watch fleets of super destroyers deploy munitions and Helldivers onto any planet in question. Let's get back to some of the unknown elements of the super destroyer all Helldivers should know. It is your ship after all. Each ship is equipped with a wide variety of weaponry that can be seen mounted onto the front as well as beneath the bridge. Specifically, 2 large frontal cannons, 2 self-loading rocket pods, 2 large Gatling guns, and 2 triple-barreled naval guns. While none of these weapons have specific names provided by the Ministry of Truth or High Command, there is one gun mounted below known as the Atlas Cannon. This versatile weapon is used to fire a variety of precision strikes such as gas, EMS, 120 and 380mm artillery, high-velocity rail cannons, and the potent orbital laser. As many of us know too well, without the support of the Super Destroyer and its heavy weapons, countless Helldivers would have fallen while attempting to liberate and fight wars on the many planets in our galaxy. But be warned, as there are a few circumstances where the Super Destroyer can no longer be utilized in fights we frequently face. These ships have been ordered by High Command to generally maintain an altitude of roughly 1 kilometer above any designated mission area, but sometimes unavoidable variables can disrupt communications with deployed ground troops of Helldivers. The 2 most prevalent scenarios where this happens are fighting on planets that are frequently bombarded with ion storms or coming into contact with enemy comm jammers. But fear not, as once the storms break or the comm jammers are destroyed, Helldivers should expect to regain access to the Super Destroyer's benefits. While Super Destroyers maintain orbit as long as they can, once the allotted mission time expires, the ship must return to a geostationary orbit, cutting off access to necessary stratagems needed to complete some missions. Luckily, many planets have deactivated SEAF artillery, which can still be used once initialized, regardless of the expiration of mission time parameters due to being located on the surface. It should be noted that High Command has issued a decree stating that any Helldiver found abandoning their mission and leaving the designated area for too long will be deemed a traitor, resulting in direct targeting of all available weapons at the ship's disposal until the traitor is eliminated, or somehow manages to reach Pelican 1 extraction in one piece. Anyone stating opposing views of this decree that is necessary in maintaining the strict requirements within the core of Super Earth troops will be forced to face the wall. You've been warned. We hope you've learned something about our beloved democracy-spreading super destroyers. Without these vital ships, we would certainly all be lost to a punishing world from the bug, squid, and clanker threats currently plaguing our galaxy. Luckily, that is not the case, and High Command continues to graciously add new stratagems, ship modules, weapons, and vehicles, with every new war bond provided to combat the challenges presented to the SEAF, and we thank them for it. Never forget to show some love to your crew that continue to provide the thankless effort they do each day. Here at the SES, we suggest a few cases of eagle sweat every once in a while as thanks for their continued service in the name of Super Earth. And with that, we end our SES broadcast. What ship modules did you prioritize unlocking first? What did you name your super destroyer? What is your favorite part of your ship? Let us know in the comments down below. As always, feel free to share your thoughts and opinions about the video. But remember, anyone expressing controversial ideas will be reported to the proper authorities. You've been warned. On behalf of the Ministry of Truth and Super Earth High Command, this is the SES, signing off.